Okay, so for our last draw exercise 8C, we are going to explore another 3D command from the solid tab. You see here from the solid editing options, you have slice, thicken, fillet, taper, and shell. So here's this slice command, and the importance of that is because sometimes some objects you can only just you can just accomplish it if we use this slice command. Like for example here, how do we draw this shape like a hollow cylinder? It's something like um, there's some portion that is being sliced here. So the same is also true for this. So that's the um, that's the importance of this slice command. Okay, so before we do the drawings, I just would like to explain this. The mechanics of this slice. If you click this slice command, it says select objects to slice. Okay, so for example, I'll draw this object. Of course, 3D object. We need to have a 3D object. Okay, and if we click this, then say select objects to slice. So select that, press enter, and then it says specify start point of the slicing plane and some other options. But by default, we just need to have the start point. Okay, so the start point is that let's say here's our cylinder or flat cylinder. So in order to slice this, so if we, let's say here's our knife, for example, right? So here's our knife. So if we want to slice it in this way, so you see that the slicing direction would be along this direction, right? So if you want to slice it in that way, so our slicing direction would be along here. So that means that that direction, so here's our x, for example, here's our y, that direction is along the z-axis. So the slicing is always along the z-axis. So let's say we want to slice it here at the midway, right, midpoint of this. So that means that the slicing direction, the z direction, would be here. So for that to be in that direction, maybe we can have maybe here's the x and here's the, sorry, maybe here's the x and the y and the z. So anywhere as long as the z direction is along that cutting direction. So for our case here, let's say we want a slant, so that means that, so let's say we want this. So if we want that, maybe let me add page. And then project maybe. So that means that this will be the direction of our, okay, so that's our slicing plane. Here's our slicing plane. So this will be the z direction. Okay, so let's try it here. So again, slice command, select the object to slice, and then specify start point. So even though we don't have any planes drawn here, but basically we're thinking about planes, so we need to specify the first point. So that means that maybe we can specify, this, right? Specify the first point, right? We specify this, and then if we specify the second point, that means we are having this line here, or the line of cut. Okay, and it's because it's a plane, then that's why specify first point of the plane, and then the second point here, right? And then it says keep both sides, so that means that both sides, either sides, it will still remain. So you will see that it's already cut, right? So it's already cut. So if you want to cut it here, let's unite this. So if we want to cut it here, we need to change the direction of the UCS, and then the line, maybe just create a temporary line. So slice command or type SL, select object. Okay, so I think I was fast. Okay, so slice command, select object, the slice, and press enter. Then select this first point of the cutting plane, and the second point just anywhere along the horizontal, and there we go. Then just delete what you don't need. Okay, so I think we can now draw this. Okay, so here we need to draw a cylinder 50 and 70 and a length of 100. So first is change the UCS. So draw the circle, the diameter is 50, and then another one 70. So D 70, and then extrude 100. So right here we have a 30 degrees, but we don't have this distance, right? So if we don't have that distance, maybe the dimension is missing. Anyway, change the UCS. So here's my first point, my origin X and the Y, because I'm going to draw the center. I'm going to draw this line of cut. Okay, so change the properties to maybe red. Okay, and then rotate this. Let's say I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to rotate this 30 degrees. Okay, so 30, negative 30. Okay, so that's it. That's the negative 30. So now slice. So for the slice command, so SL shortcut, select objects to slice. Sorry, we need to subtract this first. So solid subtract, then select this, press enter, then there we go. The next is slice, so SL, select the object to slice, and then the first point and the second point. So you notice, even though the second point is here, it's just going all the way along this line. So even beyond that line, that's also possible. So just press enter, and then you see that that's gonna be our. Then just delete. So home, and then check. So that's our object. Okay, then last object is this. So first draw these 60 diameter circle. So change the UCS. Okay, diameter is 60, and then extrude a height to a height of 80. Extrude EXT, press let me select object, then type 80. Okay, and then next is we have a center line here, and we need to offset a 12 distance and 9. So I'll just make a line, and then offset 12, and then offset 9 from this. Right, and then you have a 30 degrees here. So maybe I'll draw a line, so the cutting line. So I'll just change the color of this. Right, so that's, I'm going to rotate 30. Right, so change the UCS because you can only rotate along the z-axis. So RO for rotate, and then select the object, press the base point, and then negative 30. Right. So that's our slicing line. Okay, so maybe that's all then. We can, but this line will start from this point here. So move this. So I'm going to move this line because I forgot that it should be here. So that's my line. Okay, so then slice command shortcut is SL, select object, and then select first point of the cutting plane and second point, then press enter. Okay, so what happened? 30 and so RO, and then negative 30. I think that's enough. Let's see. Right, so there we go. So that's our sliced object, right? And then draw the remaining geometries. So draw this hole, and then 8 by, what is this? 8 by 20 depth. So that means that the hole doesn't go all the way through this cylinder, but only at 20 unit depth. So diameter is 8, and then extrude. So extrude to 20 only. Okay, so that's the subtract command, and then we have 16 by 16. So we'll just write draw is rectangle 16 by 16, and then move this, then extrude, and then subtract. So SU for the subtract. So okay, so now change the color of this, maybe red, and this one maybe green, and now change the visual styles. So there we go.